What's up, Myron?
I stay with that. I probably rob his ass, pockets ass. I'm big in the streets, nigga who shot your ass. I'm from the cold with poison, yeah, yeah.
Yes, thank you for the shout.
Beans and pipes, it's only right. Ain't tryna lose my life for beans and pipes. I'm high as a kite,
Wait
why
for
would I try to
y'all.
fight?
I'm just waiting on y'all to.
You know, the biggest misconception I've noticed people have of me when they've seen the notes that I've made.
Oops. Whoopsies. I'm just waiting on Yash to come. Okay. You guys, I'm about to go live with the wrong person.
Ooh,
Woo!
what's poppin'?
What's happening?
What's good?
How's it going?
I'm bulling. How you?
Booling. I love it. I said it all proper. I was booling, but I'm booling. Cooling. Well, you know what? You know, it makes sense for you and Poppy to be, you know, homies because you guys are both smoking weed when I talked to you today. Both getting hot.
I ain't even noticed.
Yeah, he was preparing.
Oh, right.
He was getting the weed prepared. So he told me that you're in New York right now, right?
Yeah, I'm right here in New York with my girl. You know what I'm saying?
So now, how's that going? New York is a hot spot for the coronavirus and stuff. How's everything been there? How have you guys been staying safe?
Nah. I'm in upstate New York here. I mean, we by lakes and shit like that, trees and forests and shit like that.
Okay. So you're kind of like a little bit further away from like all the.
We 5 hours away. I'm bulling.
5 hours away. Wow. Okay. Now is New York where you live, or like you're there visiting, or like where?
Nah, I'm out here visiting my girl right now. I be in Miami with my people. You know, I be in Miami out there.
Okay, you guys are, because most of you guys are like mainly in Miami, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's good. Was it like on purpose that you had to, well, not had to be there, but you decided to be there for quarantine, or were you like stuck there? You were trying to like get back, but you were like, you know what, I might as well just stay. Like, how did you?
What, like Miami or New York?
In New York. How did you end up in New York for quarantine?
Nah, I was in Miami. I just came out here like the past few days. Like I was quarantining in Miami. You hear me? Like I was out there.
Really? So you were traveling? Oh my gosh, I'm still.
Come on now, that shit not like that. Come on now, don't do me like that.
I'm scared. Look, I'm literally like legit scared to like fly. Like my mom lives in Vegas, and she was like, "Come visit me," and I was just like, "I don't know if I'm ready to like even a 45-minute flight." So like you had your mask and your gloves on and everything, like you were
right,
full.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So how were you like sitting next to people?
Man, I don't even want to tell my truth, but I'm gonna tell my truth. Why right before all this corona shit happened, like and my Uncle Hood was on there with me. He and my brother Pop, we on that bitch, you hear me? And I'm in the middle, man. They got a nigga behind me coughing his fucking lungs out. I'm like, man, what the fuck? I'm getting mad as fuck, but they like, nah, like, you know, you can't flip out. I'm like really trying so hard not to like lose my shit.
Yes.
But that was before this shit, like all this quarantine and all this shit happened. But man, fuck, when I get on the flight coming to New York a few days ago, same shit, you hear me? Nigga sitting next to me though. He coughing. Man, look at him like, say, brother, like, put your mask on, brother. Like, why that bitch on your neck, you hear me?
So
like,
he didn't have a mask on?
He had that bitch on his neck and he coughing his fucking heart out. I'm looking at him like, say, brother. He start throwing up. I'm like, oh no.
No.
Get me from over here. Like, I gotta get the fuck. Like, get me from over here. Like,
fuck. So what did you do? How did you get out of that? How'd you get out of sitting next to him?
Man, they had moved me all the way to the front, you hear me? And then when I was up there, the lady like, yeah, we about to have to close the whole plane down. I'm like, yeah, I'm looking like, you hear me? That bitch, he over there dying and shit next to me.
Oh
I'm
my
like,
God.
fuck.
Okay, so how do you feel now? I guess is the question.
Man, I wanted to fuck dude up, but I was like, you hear me? If they boarded the plane and shit, the paramedics and shit had showed up, and them bitches was like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all good. And they was like, they would have never did that, you hear me? If y'all was like fucked up with it, you know what I'm saying? But we had to trade a whole new plane and shit, like all type of dumbass shit.
So you feel okay though now, right? You feel
okay? Yeah, this was a few days ago. I'm good, you hear me? Come on now.
Okay, cool. All right, making sure. Man, that's scary. See, exactly. See, listen, I already have a fear. Like I've been in the house. I love being in the house, interviewing all my Young Money family. Okay, I love all of y'all.
Right.
Listen, as soon as I go outside the house, immediately I feel like, if I'm around somebody, I just feel sick. Like I feel like I got it. Like I'm glad
know,
this
but
year's
I be on some shit like I'm a young nigga. Long as I'll be pulling that shit around my older people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm a young nigga. I'm out here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't worried about that. You hear me?
It's
you be
scary.
sick on your own time. You hear me? Don't get me sick.
Right.
I ain't even worried about that.
No, I'm legit still scared to fly, but I commend you for hopping on that flight, and we, you know.
Right. I had it to my girl. You hear me? For sure.
So after New York, you're going back to Miami?
Yeah, I've always liked the studio too. Like quarantine about up in the studio. Like I'm always in that bitch about a rap.
So where did the name Yacht? Because I accidentally called you Taj when I was interviewing.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at you. I put the little sad face. I'm like, Lord, she called me Taj. Lord, I don't even know I'm gonna hop in the
it just came out. You know what I mean? Like, it was like Yacht, Taj. It sounded right. And I said it with so much confidence. So I was like, oh, yeah, I got Taj next. You know. So sorry about that. But how did the name Yacht come from? Is it like short for something? Like,
nah, I swear. When we had first got around that bitch tune, that bitch just had asked me, he was like, bitch, what your name about to be? Like, and I'm just like, bitch, I don't know, like, and man, that bitch probably go back to the condo and shit. And we just talking, and I'm just like, bitch, you hear me? Your people call me Jay and shit, you hear me? And I'm like, nah, bitch, they got a J Jones and Young Money already, you hear me? Like, they can't do that. So that bitch Pop, like, he texting Tune the whole time, like, and I'm like, you hear me? I'm like, bitch, y'all, you hear me? And I was playing. He was like, yeah, I'm about to send that shit to Tune. He said that bitch to Tune. He was like, I'm fucking with it.
So are you from New Orleans as well?
Yeah, I'm from New Orleans.
Okay, I can hear it. You have that New Orleans, like.
Right.
You got it. Okay, cool. That's what's up. So Yash is so Poppy came up with Yash for you.
It was a type of agreement type. She was like, brother, just fuck with that. And I was just fucking with it there. Everybody started calling me that. So I was just like, fuck, bitch, my name Yash, you hear me?
So Yash doesn't mean anything to you. Like, it's not like short for like.
I mean, I'm Yash now, so I carry that got weight to you. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, you gotta, I'm Yash now, so that means something to me.
I know that's right. Well, yeah, I mean, it doesn't have like a of course. It means
right.
You know what I'm saying? Look, I'm fucking up. That's my second time fucking up. Okay. So, what part of New Orleans? What part of New Orleans are you from? Are you from like the same part like Jay and like everyone else is from?
Nah, they like this whole damn near half of fucking 75% of Young Money. They all Holly Grove, 17 uptown niggas. You hear me? Right. I'm Nightwall, and my brother Poppy, he east. You hear me? I'm Nightwall downtown. You hear me?
Ooh. So downtown, is that like, that sounds fancy. I don't know. I've never been to New Orleans.
Nigga said downtown, you hear me? That's fancy? Ooh, shit.
Well, I'm from Chicago, so like our downtown is fancy.
Right, now our downtown, look, you don't even got street lights back there. Come on now.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
so now the part that you're from, what's different from the part of New Orleans that you're from and Poppy? Like, where you guys like?
Man, like I said, they don't even got street lights back there. They don't even got street lights back there, lady. Like, come on.
So it's just dark.
It's dark. When you get dark, go inside, bitch. Like, come on, we ain't playing out here.
What? That's crazy. So now, what about the part Holly Grove? Like, is that fan? Like, I've never been to. I've always wanted to go. I actually was gonna go for Essence Festival this year, but of course, there is no Essence Festival now. But so what's the difference?
Hold on, this bitch Joe's got me joked out. Look what he's saying. Look, that bitch not fancy.
I know. I've never been. I've literally never been in New Orleans before, but I wanted to go. So what's the fancy part? Like, where is the like? What happens? Like, where? If there's like no like fancy part, like where's like Essence Festival?
In New Orleans? That's like French Quarters and like, you know what I'm saying? That's like fucking the CD district and all that, like, you know what I'm saying?
So it's separate. It's kind of like West Hollywood.
It's not. That shit all in one place. That shit all in one place.
Got you. So if you go visit New Orleans, stay in that one area and don't go outside.
Right. Stay in your little tourist area. You know?
Right. Okay. That's exactly where you'll find me, in the French Quarters. Okay. Doing the shit. Like, I'm not veering away. All right. Cool. So now, just talking to Poppy, of course, he was saying that you guys are like the newest inductees of Young Money. Like, how does that feel? The latest group to enter the Young Money crew. How does that feel to be from New Orleans, of course, and a part of Young Money, like Lil Wayne and everybody? Like, how does that feel to be a part of the Young Money crew?
Man, I mean, at the end of the day, when I first got into this shit, it was like, all right, like, I'm in this bitch, and like, it was like a shock, like, cause me being from New Orleans, the shit was just fire, like, us looking up the tune and shit, him rapping, being from New Orleans, just like, I'm fucking with that, like, I'm trying to be like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when I got around this shit, it was just like immediately I'm like, all right, this family, like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's my brothers, that's my uncles, you hear me? That's my partners, like, yeah, that's my people.
So now, what did it feel like when you guys signed and like your friends that you grew up with? Like, what did they say to you? Like, what was everybody around you feeling like? Because I feel like if I was a part of like Young Money and
Right.
I'm like from New Orleans, like I just feel like my friends and family would just like look at me different. Like, do they look at you different? Do they treat you like Young
Right.
Money? They treat you like, yo, you guys like don't never forget where you come from.
I mean, at the end of the day, I'm not rich yet. I'm getting rich, you hear me? So
Right.
once I get to that point, you know what I'm saying? I'm still doing me. I'm putting everybody on that I fuck with, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And once I got into this shit, it was all on some shit like, all right, now that bitch got the steering wheel now, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
That bitch, like, for my family, for sure, that it was like, that bitch, like, I'm pulling the whole fucking team, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm pulling this bitch ahead, you hear me? We on this bitch. We about to get it in.
Right. So now, what was it like when you guys came to the team? Because Poppy, I know he was saying that he was family with, you know, Toya and Wayne. Like when you came, like not work, because are you family or you came in through like?
Nah, like,
Okay.
man, Poppy, that's like really my little brother. Like, we've been
Yeah.
like fucking with each other since, you know what I'm saying? Since little ones, you know what I'm saying? So we always been rapping and shit, like young ass age. And I've been rapping since young ass age. That bitch started rapping because I was rapping. That bitch has been around me, like, you know what I'm saying? That's my little brother. Like, so we like been rapping. Like, I moved to New York and shit, and that was like during my high schools and shit. And I had like chilled out a little bit, went back to New Orleans, and you know, got back with Pop with the rapping and shit, and we started rapping and shit. And the Louisiana Fest came up, and I don't fuck with none of that shit like that. Like this shit right here, I don't be doing this shit. Like, I don't, you know, concerts and all that shit.
Right.
I don't really, ain't really my shit. Like, and that bitch had asked me, he always asked me every year I was down there. He was like, "You want to go to Louisiana Fest? You want to go to Louisiana?" I was like, "Nah, brother. Like, I'm good, brother. Like, I don't do that type of shit." So he had went out whatever, and he had just was sending me some text messages and shit. Like, we was working the whole time, you hear me? So he sending me songs with me on that bitch, and I'm not thinking nothing of him. I'm just sending him songs. He's like, "Yeah, bro, send me that song we did the other day." I'm like, "Bet," you hear me? And like that bitch song was just like, "Man, you and him right there, you had y'all coming like
Shut
flying y'all
up.
to Miami." Like, I'm like, Lord,
That's crazy.
that shit fucked me up. I didn't even think that shit was real. I'm like, yeah, that was like some surreal shit, because I'm just moved from New York, fresh out of high school. Like, what the fuck I'm about to do with my life? You hear me? Like, then boom, bitch, I'm in Young Money now, fucking with
So
it.
now, what do you think that Wayne? Because that's a dope ass story. Like to just, you know, for it to happen for you, like you in the studio and all of a sudden it's like, oh, by the
Right.
way, next week you'll be with Young Money. Like that's dope.
Real shit.
So,
I had a fucking job for fucking 2 weeks at fucking Walmart.
really?
And I'm in that bitch. I got my paycheck, my first paycheck, 2 weeks, getting paid bi-weekly here. I couldn't wait for that bitch.
Wow.
I remember this shit so vividly. I bought my peep. I spent that whole paycheck on food and shit, like hot sausage sandwich from the fucking corner store. Like, I just bought shit, like,
Yeah.
and I'm just like, fuck it, man. Next day that shit happened. I'm just like, Lord, like, fuck that job, you hear me? Fuck y'all. And look, Pop was trying to get the same job at Walmart. They called me and not him. And we had went to Miami. We on this Young Money shit now. Them bitches called his phone. That bitch answered. He was like, "Man, fuck y'all, bitch. I'm a Young Money now." I'm like, Lord.
No, that's right. I know that's right. I know that's right. That's what's up.
For sure, I felt that. I'm like, fucking right.
I know, no, that's a crazy ass story. I love that. What do you think that Wayne saw in you guys? Because it's a lot of legendary people, a lot of people on Young Money. What do you think he saw in you guys specifically to, you know, make you guys the next ones to be a part of Young Money? Because it had to be something special.
Man, that nigga, literally, it was just all some shit like, and then he had texted us. It was like, "Bitch, y'all got that new age song," but he was like, "Bitch, y'all rap." Like, he was like, "I can hear words y'all saying." He was like, "Y'all really rap," and he was like, "This ain't no shit like, you know, them young niggas do what they do." He was like, "Y'all young niggas, y'all taking that shit to the next level with this." She was like, "Y'all actually rapping, niggas." So it was like a whole new level with this shit. Like,
that's what's up. That's a great story about Walmart. You have to make sure you when all the shit comes out and you come back out to us again, we gotta make sure you tell that story on your like big interviews, because that's a good ass story. Like, what did you say when you called Walmart? Like, because you know what you said what Poppy said, but like, did you call it? You was like no call, no show, or like how did you?
Nah, they was calling me and I wasn't even answering at that point. I was like, I ain't about to go out bad. My brother already went off on him. I'm good.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna leave that. You know what I'm saying? I'm over that.
So that, well, they know. I'm sure they read it somewhere. They saw it like, oh, okay, well, he signed with Lil Wayne, so it's kind of like
Right.
he doesn't need our little money.
Right.
So now, what are you currently working on, either now or in the future, or were working on before quarantine with Young Money, as far as projects are concerned?
Right now, like that bitch probably already told you, we got, you know, the Mula project coming out and shit.
Right, because I wasn't sure what projects you guys have together, or like separate, or like
Right. And you know, like Pop, same thing Pop said, he got his shit going on. Like I said, I got my own shit going on, working with my producers and shit. We got a little tape that we're working on and shit. I'm about to drop my project probably like in July. And so that's the whole thing I've been doing right now. I'm still working with Poppy, still getting this Young Money shit in, but I got my own little shit on the side too, you hear me?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
I'm still in the studio. Fuck all that
still
quarantine shit. I said I'm still in the studio. Fuck all that quarantine shit. I'm still rapping.
So, but when you go to the studio, you still got your mask and glove on. All that.
Oh fuck no, I'm in the studio. I ain't even, come on now.
Okay.
When I'm in the studio though, I'm really in that bitch. Like my partner he be in that bitch recording, but he sleep, like, you know what I'm saying? I be in that bitch up for 2 days straight, 3 days straight.
Really? So you like literally sleep in the studio?
Not even, I ain't going to sleep in that bitch. I'm in that bitch. I'm up. Like, ain't no sleeping. Real shit. Ain't no sleeping.
That's what's up.
Sleep in the studio.
Now, what's the process like when you're in the studio? Are you just like, because I love like, I'm glad that I talked to you guys like back to back, because you guys like are very similar but like totally different at the same time. Right. So I was asking him like, because he was just like, man, I smoke, you know, a bunch of blunts a day, like, because I was telling him I can't really focus under weed. Like I can't. Right. Weed has to, I gotta just be watching TV, chilling. Like for you, does the weed like make you more focused in the studio, or do you kind of like, because I don't understand how rappers like smoking rap.
Right. I be in that bitch, and if I don't got weed, I'm gonna like start getting mad and agitated. I'm just like, damn, like you need to smoke something, huh? Like what's going on? Like that's just part of my studio routine. You know what I'm saying? Like
really?
Yeah. Like I get up in that bitch, start listening to the beat. I roll up, light the weed up, start smoking, listen. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole process. Like I need that.
That's what's up. Well, I'm happy that it works for someone, because it's literally a downer for me. Like when I get high, I need to be just like relaxing, chill. Like I can't be having to do important shit like in high.
Right.
It don't mix for me.
Nah, I'll be up. I need that.
That's what's up. Well, Yash, not Tosh. Okay. Right. Thank you so much for stopping by. I really appreciate you, for sure. As well as Poppy, as well as Mac, always keeping me tapped in with all the Young Money talent. I saw Euro tap in, HoodyBaby tapped in, a Poppy's chat. You guys are amazing. It's been absolutely a pleasure. Make sure you guys follow. I'll put his Instagram on the bottom. Yash, is it Yash Cater?
It's also another thing. It's Yash Carter. It's a fucking German word. Like it's called Yash Carter. And this was
wait, before we go, you have to tell me about this, because I thought it was Yash.
I was about to say there's some whole other shit that I just been fucking with for years and years. I don't know, like it was a whole nother language. I don't even worry about it. It's a whole nother story for it. It's some whole other shit. You hear me?
So it's pronounced Carter?
Carter. And there's some whole other shit. It ain't even like this. Some whole other shit. It's just happening.
Really? Like that, so that was before Wayne? Like, or how?
What you said?
Was that before? Because is it pronounced like Carter? Like Carter?
Yeah, it was before this Young Money shit. That just happened.
Wow, that's crazy. So you were low key manifesting it, low key.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That shit just happened like that. I was like, bet, fucking with that, you hear me?
That's crazy. That's a good story. You have some really good backstories. Like I can't wait to see like when you get to that like fruition of it all like super popping off for you. Like you gotta tell that Walmart story, and you gotta tell that Carter story, and you gotta tell that like, and you know how you manifested it all happening. So that's
Right. For sure.
Well, thank you, y'all. Oh my God, it was so great meeting you. Everyone following right now, and you guys watching on the replay as well, because you get the views on the replay. Make sure you follow y'all right now. Follow Poppy. Follow Money. Follow Mac. He's right here in the chat, and myself as well at Demi Lobo. Thank you so much, y'all.
Nice meeting you, Demi.
All right, you too.
Shout out to Dash Radio. You hear me? Young Money.
Yes. All right, love. I'll talk to you.
Bye.
Oh, we love him. He was so fun. He has such great stories, right? Like, I love that Walmart story. That Walmart story was fire. Like, I just feel like I would do the same thing. Like, if someone called me, like, if I get a real big radio deal, like, I might have to call and be like, sorry, y'all. Peace out. But thank you so much for Young Money. I'm going to post a video on the Dash Radio IGTV page right now. So if you came in late, so you can check it out. Again, my name is Demi Lobo. My name is right there. That's me. Make sure you follow me, and I'll be back. I think on Friday we have another big interview. We have interviews all week, so follow all of our talent. But I specifically will be back on Friday with a really interesting interview. So bye, guys.